Here is the truth about Aries and Libra that nobody wants to say out loud. This pairing does not fail because they are too different. It fails because they are mirror images of the same hunger, and mirrors eventually crack. Welcome to Astrea Zodiac. If you are in this relationship or circling someone on the opposite side of this axis, stay with me. What I am about to tell you is not a horoscope. It is a psychological autopsy and a survival guide. The initial attraction. Aries and Libra sit directly across from each other on the zodiac wheel. Opposite signs. That is not a coincidence, and it is not a love story. It is a collision course dressed in chemistry. When these two meet, the pull is immediate and almost disorienting. Aries cannot figure out why this person is so magnetic. Libra cannot stop thinking about the electricity in the room. What is actually happening is recognition, not of a soulmate, of a missing piece. Aries sees someone graceful, socially fluent, aesthetically precise. Everything Aries charges past. Libra sees someone decisive, bold, unapologetically alive. Everything Libra quietly envies about themselves. Aries leads with fire, Libra leads with charm. In the beginning, that combination is intoxicating. Aries feels seen in a way that does not require them to slow down. Libra feels ignited in a way that does not require them to make the first move. The courtship is cinematic. Of course it is. These two are performing for each other and neither one realizes it yet. The clash. Here is where the romance ends and the reality begins. Aries is ruled by Mars, the planet of war, desire, and forward motion. Aries does not deliberate. Aries decides. Aries acts first and reconciles later. There is a beautiful, almost savage honesty in that. But it is not gentle. It was never designed to be. Libra is ruled by Venus, the planet of beauty, diplomacy, and balance. Libra does not act without weighing every variable. Libra will consider your feelings, the group's feelings, the feelings of people who are not even in the room. That is admirable. It is also, to Aries, absolutely maddening. The first real fight between these two will reveal everything. Aries wants resolution, fast, direct, now. Libra wants fairness, thoughtful, measured, processed. Neither one is wrong, but they are speaking entirely different emotional languages, and they often refuse to learn the other's dialect. Aries will accuse Libra of being passive, indecisive, conflict avoidant, and sometimes they will be right. Libra will accuse Aries of being aggressive, selfish, emotionally immature, and sometimes they will be right. The dangerous part is when both of them are right at the same time and neither is willing to admit it. Libra's famous people-pleasing has a dark edge. When Libra cannot say no, cannot pick a side, cannot confront directly, Aries reads that as weakness, or worse, as dishonesty. And Aries has no patience for what feels like a moving target. Meanwhile, Aries' bluntness does not land as honesty to Libra. It lands as aggression, as disregard. Libra begins to walk on eggshells, and a Libra walking on eggshells is a Libra slowly becoming someone they do not recognize. The power dynamic. Pay attention here. This is the part most compatibility content refuses to touch. Aries and Libra create a power imbalance almost by default, not because either person intends it, but because Aries initiates and Libra accommodates. That dynamic, repeated over months and years, reshapes both people in ways that are difficult to reverse. Aries begins to assume leadership in the relationship without question. Libra begins to defer, to manage, to smooth. Aries stops asking. Libra stops saying what they actually need. And then one day, Libra reaches a threshold. And when a Libra reaches their limit, do not mistake the silence for peace. The scale's always correct, sometimes quietly, sometimes catastrophically. The other version of this dynamic is Libra's social intelligence used as subtle control. Libra knows how to shape a narrative, how to manage perception, how to make Aries feel impulsive and unreasonable without ever raising their voice. That is its own kind of power. And Aries, for all their strength, often does not see it coming until they are already isolated from their own instincts. This pairing can easily become a cycle. Aries pushes, Libra absorbs, Libra redirects, Aries escalates. Neither one is villainous in this. Both are responding to fear. Aries fears irrelevance. Libra fears conflict. Together, those two fears create a very sophisticated trap. Can it last? Yes, but not by accident. This pairing requires something that neither sign does naturally. Radical transparency. Aries must learn to slow down enough to hear what Libra is not saying. Libra must learn to say the uncomfortable thing before it becomes an unbearable thing. Both of them must resist the seduction of the early dynamic, the push and pull that felt like passion but was always, at its core, avoidance. When it works, Aries and Libra are formidable. Aries gives the relationship direction, courage, momentum. Libra gives it beauty, strategy, emotional architecture. They build something neither could construct alone, but only if both people are willing to be honest about the cost. The attraction was never the question. The question was always, do you have the discipline to love what challenges you without trying to change it? That is the real compatibility test, not your sun signs. You subscribe to Astrea Zodiac. The cosmos does not lie.